Hi Mustangs, it's Mr. Warmouth, and this is your rundown for the last week of school, which is Monday, May 11th. So this has been a really strange journey. Not a bad one, just different. I hope that you've had some normalcy with all the videos and the instruction and the activities that your teachers have given you. I know it's not normal, but maybe it's something to kind of fill the space right now. We don't know what's going to happen next year. If you watch the news, there's all kinds of ideas floating around. I imagine we'll see each other in August, but we just don't know how that's going to look. So I wouldn't be surprised if there would be something to what we've been doing, meaning we'll continue some way virtually, some portion of school, or I don't know. We'll see. So I guess if you have, I thought about doing like a survey or something. I might put that out there. If you have ideas or suggestions or things that would make all of this easier, tell your teachers, not just me, but if there's, respectfully, of course, but tell your teachers how they could make this process better. And Mr. Lowry is always really good about wanting to hear your voice in terms of what we can do to make things better. So if you want to shoot me an email or a message on Canvas or something, that'd be great. Just tell me what we could do to make this process better. We still have to do school, obviously. We still have to have homework and read and do things, but maybe I'll send out a survey at the end of the week, just to kind of wrap things up. What was good? What was not so good? What would you do differently? What should I do differently? Things like that. So this will probably be the shortest video we've had for the entire year, so that's a great thing. Basically, I'm just going to remind you to turn your work in, and if there's anything missing, please get with me and get that turned in as soon as you possibly can. So we'll go to modules. Everything should be turned on from this remote learning unit. I extended all the dates, not the due dates, but the date for which assignments would be open to May 15th. So that's Friday this week. My original goal was to give due dates and then to extend everything a week beyond the due date, but there were so many people that struggled to get things turned in. I just decided it would be easier to open everything up until the end of this week. So you need to get everything turned in by Friday. If you're missing something, and I've had a few emails this week about, hey, I'm not sure what to do with the Triangle Factory Fire response. Well, that was in week 13, which is a month and a half ago at this point. So it's unfortunate that if you didn't turn that in and you see your grade, but it's good that you can still do that. So if there's anything that's still open, whether it's the reader's response book idea or the narrative, the space or ocean narrative, I have a few of those missing. Any of the responses, the response for fire, the response for Bella, and then we kind of trailed off after that. If any of those things are missing, please get them turned in as soon as possible. Okay. We're under week 18. This is our last week. So when we click on week 18 RL assignments, it takes us to the last page of assignments. So we only meet once this week, technically. If I do a survey for you, that won't be a graded thing. I'll just push that out through email and link it so that if you want to do it, you can. So it's not an assignment. It's not something you have to do, but any feedback would be great. So Monday, today's Monday, May 11th, the reminders are simple. Just turn in your reader's response and turn in anything that's missing. You're responsible enough to look at your grades and figure out, oh, I didn't do this. Why do I have a 0 here? Check it out. Email me. Try to figure it out. I'll be sending emails out throughout the week for anyone that's missing stuff. And that could be a big job, but hopefully that helps. I've been trying to do that over the last 3 weeks now, and it's been a slow process, both in getting messages out and getting something in return, but it's helping, I think. So the main thing is the reader's response this week, and that's kind of why we've laid low in the last couple of weeks in terms of assignments, true assignments. I wanted to make sure everyone had time to get this done, which you should be able to get it done pretty easily. As long as you read the story, whatever book you chose, follow the template. The template's available under the assignment. Plus, you can go back in week 12 and the other weeks and see it there too. Email me if you have questions. So Wednesday, May 13th is the last class. And again, right there in big bold letters, finish and submit your reader's response writing. That's the most important thing you can do by Friday. I think I have about 10 or so turned in, and there's about 65 of us. So we have a long way to go, but it's not due for several more days. So I would expect to see 5 to 10 trickle in about every day this week. If you have questions, ask. It's not a hard task at all. I'm trying to get those things graded as soon as they come in and then back to you with comments so you can review and revise and resubmit for a better grade. If you wait until Friday, that process is shorter. I just give you the grade and it's over. The way it was set up, the reader's response is worth more points than probably, it may be equal to the points of everything else we've done up to this point. So even if you've struggled on some things early, the responses, if you do well on the reader's response, you should have a pretty good grade. If you take a 0 on the reader's response, it will kill your grade, guaranteed. So make sure you do it. Make sure you submit it sooner rather than later. So the last lesson this week, and again, we're not doing this as homework. We're just doing this as review because it was on the list and it's what we would normally do. The last lesson is about comparative and superlative adjectives. We've talked about this in some form in class this year, and it's the difference between being happy, happier, and happiest of all. Okay, so comparative is that ER, that happier version. So like Mr. Warmoth is happier than Miss Grenache. Okay, superlative suggests that there's one better or one best option over 3 or more options. So you could say that Mr. Lowry is the happiest person in the building. So that's, 300 of us in the building. He's the happiest of all. So that's the difference between comparative and superlative. So if you want to learn more about that, you can click on the video here for Khan Academy. Those have been really, really good resources, especially now. And then if you want to, you can click on IXL and you can work on some comparative and superlative adjectives, adding those to sentences. Just click on the logo below and it'll look something like this. Of all the contestants on the game show, the gentleman from Detroit had the something knowledge of international affairs. So of all the contestants, sounds like more than 2. It's not an either or situation. They want you to type in the word broadest. And we'd hit submit, and they would say, yes, you're right. And that's it. So that's it really for us. The last day, Friday, May 15th, the reminder here is just make sure you submit everything. Have a great summer. Be safe. Enjoy the sunshine. If you have questions about your grades, please let me know. Email me as soon as you can. If you've had problems with your internet, that's something that we should have addressed a long time ago. To come to any of your teachers and say, well, I couldn't do my assignments because I didn't have internet connection, and there was no effort on your part to reach out to Wainwright and say, hey, I need help, then I don't know what's going to happen to you. Your grade, at that point, it may be too late. So, again, all of this has been a learning experience for everyone. Hope you've enjoyed some of the things that we've talked about. I hope you enjoyed your book. In terms of the summer, and some of you will take this and like it and some of you won't, you can probably read as much as you can this summer. Again, we don't know what August is going to look like. We'll know more in June, I imagine. But I imagine we'll see each other in August in some form. But read this summer. If you can read, whether it's online reading, ordering things from Amazon, books that you have stacked up and saved at home, read books. That's the best thing you can do over the summertime. If you want to keep a journal, a diary, write about stuff, that'd be awesome too. That's not for me or your other English teachers. It's just for you. It's good to write. It's good for your brain. It's good to read. Makes you smarter. So with that, have an awesome summer, and look for something at the end of the week, maybe as a survey to just complete, and that's it. See ya.